Oh yeah. Vibing tonight, baby.
I think I could listen to that all night.
Yeah.
What do y'all think about that one now?
I think you're fired.
I had one job.
You had one job.
Hire the DJ. How about this?
More like it. That's more like it. There we go. There we go.
Now I feel like I'm at a party.
Yeah.
What's going on, guys and gals? It's your favorite party cast, the Jeremy and Mike Show. Also known as the worst podcast ever. Oh, man. Good to see you. Man, we already got a house full. 21 in the house. That's what we get for being absent last week.
Absolutely. Getting it shared out right now.
Yeah, we're going to have us a good time. Good to see everyone tonight. I'm going to shout out a few. John Shoemaker. Hey, good to see you guys are, I think you guys are out doing something this weekend, aren't you? Didn't I see a post? You guys are out hanging out somewhere doing something? And Bobby Linden just got home from church, like literally walked in, opened the computer, and there we were. Dwayne Smither, good to see you. Christina Gillespie, all right. Good to see you guys. Ryan Hostetler, GCS Soft Wash, LLC. 151 Soft Wash in the house. Tommy Bain, my man. Christopher Henson, as always. So good to see you. 14 Austin Eslick. Oh, my God. So good to see Austin. Then Derek Gonzalez and then, or Goncalo. Derek Goncalo. Derek G. And let's see here. Michael. Good to see you, buddy. 1912. Josh Fields, my main man. I love me some Josh. And Charles Henry. Good to see you guys, Henry. Henry, feel good. Jeremy, I'm just going to go ahead and tell you, I'll tell everybody, I've been up since 2 a.m. and I am beat, dude. I'm going to collapse. Y'all better be asking some questions and keeping me awake because I'm going to be leaning up against the computer most of the night. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well.
Yeah. Let's see. I think I got it shared out. Let's see. Let's get back to reality here.
Well, Christina got 10 inches of snow. We got about 4 inches here in Ohio. Anybody else get any snow? Mark Lovick's in the house. Yes, you are, my friend. Good to see alumni. Let's see what I just lost it. Sorry. Alumnia out fishing. Okay. Yeah, I'm still doing A-frame signs, bro. All you got to do is text me. Text me and we'll make it happen. We'll get that sent right out to you. So glad to see so many guys and gals in the room. We got 74 already in the room, and we're going to be blessing you tonight. I just feel like it. I feel like we're all going to be blessed. We're going to be talking about, do you know your numbers? I know we talk about it probably every couple of months. We'll bring it up, but it's such an interesting topic. It's such a neglected part of your business. How do you even know if you're doing good or not? If you don't know your number, you're guessing at best.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It's just good to see everybody. We'll jump right into that topic here in just a moment. We got any birthdays in the month of December? Got any birthdays tonight in the month of December? This is our first podcast in the month of December. I'm interested. Any December babies? This should be a real quick answer right here. Nope. Brother, I don't even put the lights on my own Christmas tree if I can get away from it.
Buying pre-lit.
Don't tell her. I want pre-lit Christmas tree next year. No, I have no interest. If I were a much younger man, I may enter that one. But when I see, Jeremy, when I see them POV videos with you clowns with your glasses on and you're up there on them high peaks and you're scaling around like monkeys and you're on your goat and you got your funny boots on, I'm like, no.
It's not for the faint of heart. I'll tell you that.
I saw one guy post, one lady posted for her husband. I don't know who it was. Broke both legs today, falling 12 feet. Fell 12 feet. Guys, be careful out there, please. I make fun a little bit about that stuff, but in all actuality, it's very, very serious.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Mark Lovick, we thank you, brother. Thank you for your prayers. We pray you had a good Thanksgiving as well. Jonathan Hernandez, December 2nd. Happy birthday to you, bro. Happy birthday to you. Anybody else got any birthdays? Have a birthday in the month of December. Christina fell 12 feet and broke a rib. When was this? First I've heard about it. Brandon Hodge in the house tonight.
Good to see everybody.
Good to have 72 in the room tonight. Hey, we got
real quick, while we've got 72 in the room and we're speaking to you, don't forget, guys, the Smoky Mountain Wash Retreat is coming up in January, the 22nd through the 5th, over in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. It's going to be a great time. Does anyone know how many days that is from now?
I can look it up real quick.
Let's say 50 days, guys. 50 days, and we're all going to be having a big time.
Big party.
And, dude, it's going to be a big party. It's going to be a big party. Right now, there's over 60 of us signed up, booked, ready to go, confirmed. We've got room for a few more. I'd highly encourage you to go to washretreat.com and get a ticket and come out and hang out with us. Everyone, it's a big time, man. It's a group effort. Everyone puts a lot into it. Everyone who's coming, the attendees, put a lot of effort into it. It's a you get out of it what you put into it kind of event. I mean, guys who are just starting out, guys who are even thinking about getting into the game, come. People who are doing multiple six figures, guys doing 7 figures will be there. Guys with 1 truck, 2 truck, 1 tech, 2 techs, 3 or 4 trucks, they're going to be there. There's a lot that you can take away from this event. This isn't just for seasoned veterans. This is for anyone who is in the pressure washing business. Highly encourage it, guys. Highly encourage it. It's going to be a big time. Great time. Good time of fellowship and fun. And it's a family event. Bring your family.
Yeah. Lots of spouses will be there.
Yes.
151 says, does anybody happen to have a know your numbers checklist or something like that? I'd love to learn more. Okay. I love that. Why don't we put something together?
Get right into that.
Yep. Let's put something together for that. And speaking of numbers, real quick, while we got everybody in, well, we dropped a few, but if you don't care, I want you to pray about something. Think about it. If you want to drop a donation, and I'll ask Jeremy if he would throw the Cash Apps and Venmos up there. It's time for us, first of the month, it's time to pay for the StreamYard account. We don't ask for money for ourselves. We don't get paid for this. We don't take anything. In fact, it costs more to do it than we'll ever make in terms of donations. But if you would like to make a donation to Jeremy Messer, may as well just make it to his Venmo there, because he's the one who pays for the StreamYard account. That's what makes this possible. That's the platform we're using currently as we speak, and as you view this, you will see Jeremy's Venmo, and you can, if you don't mind sending a donation, maybe you got a little extra something there. Again, first of the month, we got to pay that bill, and it would be a great big help. We might mention that again for any latecomers, but we're talking about numbers, and that's a good number right there. A good cause. We appreciate you tuning in most every week. We try to be here and try to fill your evening with a little entertainment, and we laugh a lot, and we get serious sometimes, and then we always pray at the end. If you've got prayer requests, don't forget, put your prayer requests in the comment section. If we fail to mention it, leave it again. We'll eventually get to it. And then at the end, we'll have it written down, and we'll mention your name, your situation to the Lord. So,
yep. We got we have Cash App or Venmo. Let me see if I can. I want to stop this just for a second. Let me see if I can get this up real quick. Kind of don't need one of these.
So GSC Soft Wash, it was right up on the screen, and it will be again soon. That's the Cash App. And Life Support One, thank you so much. We really appreciate that. And 14, Austin Elsick says, I think Jeremy wanted a steak donation. Well, he ain't going to turn it down. Come on.
I
He
never
ain't
said
done
no
it.
mistakes, huh? Yeah,
Pray for-
right there. Venmo at Jeremy Messer, Cash App, Jeremy S. Messer. Sorry, the S might throw you off, but that's only on Cash App. And no, I'm not full of S, so as Mike might say. But
Oh, come on. We're going to pray for Tyler Snow asked us to pray for his family. So I'm going to write that down, Tyler, so we can remember. Yeah. And I think it's my turn to pray tonight at the end of the podcast. I'll pray for you and your family. If I don't fall asleep when my eyes closed. Evergreen 4443 says, I just completed my first year trying to learn more about numbers. Happy to be here. Well, we're glad that you're here. We're going to talk about it some. People are going to have questions. We'll do our best to answer some questions. And we'll just get right into that. Continued prayers for my dad. This is Ryan Hostetler. Pray for his dad. Still battling leukemia. How old is your dad, Ryan? Very interested. You've probably told me before, but we'll continue to pray for your dad. Man, numbers are important, Jeremy. I will tell you, when I first started out, and I was very blessed that my wife, that's a big number right there, number 74, age 74. Ryan Hostetler's dad, 74 years old. He's battling leukemia. We're going to keep him in our prayers. I'm blessed that my wife has an accounting degree, and she has a business management degree, and she has a master's in teaching. She is downstairs right now with a laptop in her lap doing Mike's Pressure Washing, Ready Wash Systems, Fresh Rinse Media numbers. She's in there doing that right now. Now she's on payroll, so she gets paid to do that. But nonetheless, it's good to have somebody. If you're not good with numbers, and I'm not a numbers person. I enjoy figuring things out as it pertains to the business, but throw numbers on the screen, I can't see it. I'm totally right-brained. I don't see that stuff. But my wife's real good at it. But when we first started, we didn't know our numbers. Wasn't planning on starting a business. And here's one truth, and I'll shut up about it. I was making a lot more money way back when I didn't do my numbers. At least I thought I was. Man, I was walking in high cotton. And then I learned my numbers, and I was like, hold on a second. I'm not making nearly as much money as I thought. I was much happier when I did not know my numbers.
Yeah.
What's your story, Jeremy? Are you a numbers guy? You are a numbers guy.
I'm a bit of a nerd. I am a bit of a numbers guy. However, I will be the first to admit that I am not I'm not that great with my numbers as a business. That's
Come
something
on.
that I had focused on a lot this last year. But I realized, here's what I've realized is I can only do so many things as a solo owner operator, right?
Mm-hmm.
Some
Right.
things I've got to get some help with. So, but yeah, so I'm working on it. I've done a lot better with like my net profits. That's something that I've hired a bookkeeper, so that's going to keep me. That's going to kind of help me track all those numbers, track overall numbers. But I still have to kind of stay on top of like my leads to conversions, as far as leads to estimates, estimates to invoices, right?
Right.
So those are two different things. The amount of leads you're getting, how many of those are you actually getting estimates for? The amount of the estimates you get, how many are you actually closing? That way, your close rate. And then those are a few. I mean, it's a working process, because you can get really nitty gritty and you can track numbers on your marketing from all marketing channels, and that's a rabbit hole.
Oh boy.
You know.
But the beautiful thing is, and Jeremy, I think you'll agree with me, those rabbit holes, they uncover a lot. You begin when you're dissecting that stuff, you're like, wow, hold on a second. I'm doing better than I thought I was. I'm not doing as well as I thought I was. And one of the terminologies that I really encourage my guys to learn is KPIs. KPIs. These are the productive numbers that show you exactly where you're going right and where you're going wrong. They're key performance indicators. So the positive key performance indicators, those are the ones you look at those numbers like, hold on a second, I'm doing really well with my marketing. You might want to dump some more money into that. Yep. And then you've got the negative KPIs, and those are what's called lagging KPIs. He's like, oh crap, man, I'm losing lots of bleach. Man, I really might want to keep my eye on that. You see, you got to, if you know your numbers, then in your KPIs, then you can know how and what to adjust.
Oh, absolutely. What would you say? Like, I know I'm pretty big. I like using. Obviously, I use Mark8. I know you use Mark8 right now, Mike. I know a lot of the guys on here use Mark8 or Jobber or House Call Pro. I know that they have the reports, especially if you're on the dashboard on the computer. To me, the computer version is always superior than the mobile, because you can run all these different reports. You can look at all these different things. And I didn't really understand a lot of that, but I would say that I have looked at that a whole lot more this year than I have previously in previous years, just to kind of track those things.
Yeah.
Especially like on the closing rates, average tickets, and stuff of that nature.
Jeremy, I'm going to take just a minute to make everyone aware. We got 54 people in the room. Make 54 people aware that recently myself and another pressure washer, Aaron May, we have developed a new CRM. Now, I'm not here to push this yet. I will be pushing it in the future. We've been working on it for about 9 months. And it's an amazing CRM. It's a CRM for pressure washers, built by pressure washers. And what reminded me of that just now, Jeremy, is when you were talking about your closing rate and going in and looking at your closing rate and how important that is. One of the things you guys are going to love about Lavo, Lavo, it means I wash. What you're going to love about Lavo is on your main screen, right there on your home screen, whether it's on your computer or your phone, there's a bar that registers right there on the screen 24/7 that shows you your closing rate. So you don't have to go in to figure it out. It's on your screen for you. And when you open up your Lavo account, you're actually going to be able to see what your closing rate is. Now, that's important because your closing rate is one of the most important numbers in your business. That tells you that's a KPI there. That's a KPI, key performance indicator. If you're above 75, 80%, you're like, whoa, that's an indicator that I'm probably too cheap. And if you're lower than say 60, 55, 50%, you're like, maybe I'm a little bit too expensive. Those are key performance indicators, KPIs. And on Lavo, the new app, the new CRM that we've developed, you'll be able to see that right on the screen. And one more thing about that. One of the beautiful things about Lavo is, unlike, say, Markate, which I've always used, with Markate, you have more functions on your desktop. When you go into your desktop or your laptop computer, it opens up a whole world of applications for you. On your phone, you're very limited, but with Lavo, you get all the same functions on your phone that you get on your laptop. So you never have to go back into your laptop ever again, and you can change things, and you can open it, and you can close it, and you can take a look at all of those numbers right from your phone. I'll shut up about that, but in the future, I will be making you more aware about Lavo, Lavo. It's revolutionary, and you're absolutely going to love it.
I'm looking forward to it. Do you guys have a guesstimate on the time frame?
Yeah, we do. It is a guesstimate. So right now I'll be, Lord willing, this coming week, not this week, but next week, I'll be dropping some 3 to 4 minute pre-launch videos talking very much about the things that I just talked about, on screen displays, all that stuff. And we'll be doing that for a little while. And then I will set a date to where you can actually go in and get into the account so you can view it, and you can sign up for the launch date. So you can get all the information, so forth. You basically send it's an email slot there, and you can sign up for the launch date. We're thinking somewhere between February and March. So either the end of February, early March will be the launch date for Lavo.
Ooh, very nice. I like that it's going to be mobile driven more so than desktop.
Yes.
I like desktop really, but I don't, or a laptop, but I don't keep a laptop with me in the field,
Right.
It's just too inconvenient for me, and probably for most owner operators. Yeah, absolutely. I think it's going to work great.
Hey, Pickens, you're not wrong about that. Just a few minutes ago, I was looking at my Venmo and I could not get it to come up. So yeah, there's something wrong with Venmo. So if you want to make a donation, you may have to go into the to your Cash app to do that. And then someone said, 151 Softwash says, how will it transition work going from Markate to Lavo? I think you're asking about transferring your customer database over to Lavo. It's a real simple process. You'll save all of your customers to a file in your laptop, and then you will just simply transfer it over with one click. You're going to transfer everything over into your Lavo account.
Yeah. Hey, Jerry, appreciate you for the donation. Jerry and Christina, thank you very much for that. Got that very much. That'll keep the lights on for a couple months. We appreciate that.
Oh, blessing. Thank you.
Hey, did you answer this question real quick? Not to get off topic. For Justin, it says 2 questions. Can you ball valve rinse with the K7? Yes. Also, you've only had gear drives because you don't want to replace belts. Preference here, belt drives. Reason is I haven't tightened the belt in 2 years. I haven't replaced the belt ever. One time I replaced one belt because I had it off. My fault. Fixed it, lined it up, haven't tightened it. Ran it for 3 years. I haven't tightened it one time. Probably one time in 3 years, but Not in the last 2 years. Nothing wrong with the gear drive. I just like the belt drive.
Yeah, we put the belt drives on the Ready Wash skids. If you were to purchase a build from us, then we put gear drive on our skids. But that's because of space. There's a few inches, just a few inches goes a long way. Oh, hello, and so we like to use gear drive. But I prefer a belt driven Honda, and then a general pump if we want to get that conversation a little deeper. But we're talking about numbers. Tonight.
So Jeremy, I just did a quick little, I'm a Chat GPT nerd, and while we were talking, I just said, I went in there and I gave it a little prompt, and I said, what's the 10 most important KPIs in a service business? And this is what it spits out. Lead volume. How many opportunities you get, because without leads, nothing matters. That's true. If you ain't got leads, you don't have sales, and you don't have money. So nothing churns the wheel like leads, right? Leads to job conversions was number 2. This lets us know how well you're doing. How good's your sales process, right?
Yeah, it's good. That's good stuff.
If your leads to job conversions is pretty low, and then this is going to depend on your area and your pricing and stuff of this nature, but if your percentages is pretty low, that's letting us know that you kind of suck at sales. Like you gotta hone that skill. You gotta work that muscle. So really for that, you just take your jobs booked, divide that by total leads. The third one, it says here, Mike, is your average ticket. This is how much each job is worth to you. And to get your average ticket, you just got to take your total revenue for the year and divide it by the total number of invoices, the number of jobs that you've done. And here's a pretty good one. And I don't know if a lot of people think about this. I'm sure a lot of people do, but maybe some don't. Is your cost per lead. How much is it costing you to get a lead?
Ooh, that's a good one.
That's a very good one. And so that's going to be how much you spend on marketing divided by how many leads you get. So to me, that's one of the hardest ones, because are you tracking every single lead? Every time you get a call, an email, a text, are you asking that person, how did they find you? Did they find you by Facebook? Did they find you on Facebook ads, Google ads, yard sign, truck wrap, saw you in the neighborhood, a referral? And that's been one of the hardest ones for me that I've really implemented. I've really got hard on that one for about 1.5 years. And I always ask them, I always want to know, how did they hear about us? And a lot of times it's not about how did you hear about us? It's who did you hear about us from? And that kind of sparks a conversation, because you're just automatically assuming that someone told them about you. So who told you about us, or how did you know? You can ask, how did you hear about us? And they'll tell you. Most of the time they'll tell you. Anyways, the next one it says is your cost per customer. And how much does it cost to acquire a paying customer, which would be different than a lead, right?
Customer acquisition.
Yeah, your customer acquisition cost. So you take how much that money you were spending on market, and then you just divide it by the customer. So those are going to be 2 different ones. Now, obviously, you want to know your monthly revenue, because that talks about your growth and how things are going and how healthy the business is. And then probably one of the most important ones is your gross profit margin. Everybody wants a fat bottom line, right? Your net profit margin, what you actually keep, that's what you really want to be, a fat bottom line.
Yes, that's right. Yes.
Yep. Okay. And then if you've got employees, and even you can track this for yourself, is your effective hourly rate. How much you earn per hour of labor. So you can take either your net profits or your owner pay and divide that by how many hours you've worked. And then I'm going to throw this one out here, is how how many new 5-star reviews you get divided by the month. Every how many months? Did you get 50 for the year and you did it in 9 months, or did you get 100 a year and you did it by 6 months?
That's good.
Anyways,
That's
yeah.
good. That's
and
great.
then also, here's your bonus. It says, I'm just reading this straight up. Customer lifetime value.
Oh gosh,
How much
bro.
is a customer worth over time?
Hey,
And I'll
listen,
tell you,
that's huge. That's huge. That obviously that can be measured every single year. But
yep. Average ticket times repeat frequency times years you've done it.
Yeah, yeah.
And I've got some good ones.
See how it gets fun? And I'm not a numbers guy, but when you start to know that stuff, now if I would be a terrible accountant because I don't want to know everybody else's numbers, but my business is my baby, and I want to know what I want to know what the blood pressure is for my baby. I need to know if it's healthy or not, and I can't know. I went in last week, did a blood test, did my physical, and within an hour or so, I got my chart. I don't know, maybe it was a day or so. Nonetheless, afterwards, I got my chart, and I got to see all those numbers, Jeremy. My daughter, who is a nurse, I screenshotted all of those things, and then I sent all of those screenshots, all those numbers to my daughter, who's a nurse, and she said, you need to do this. You need to stop doing that. It was mostly stop doing stuff. But when you know your numbers, you know what the health of your business is. If you don't know your numbers, you don't know if you're healthy or not. You guess.
No, you don't.
Couple of questions.
Those are just a few. And I'll tell you what, if you're struggling to understand how that works, just do what I did and just go in there, throw it in ChatGPT, ask it a few questions, and ask it to walk you through the process and know your numbers. And it's going to probably ask you, well, how much did you spend on marketing?
Mm-hmm.
How many leads did you get? Well, here's how you do it. Here's the formula. It's going to walk you through it.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It gets fun. Derek says Lavo. I won't spend a lot of time on that. I've already done that. But Lavo stands for iWash. It's a new CRM that myself and Jeremy May have created, and we'll be launching that very, very soon. So pressure washing CRM built by pressure washers for pressure washers. You're going to love it. Here's another one, Jeremy. What's that?
Aaron May.
What did I say?
He said Jeremy May.
Did I really? So you're going to get a kickback, bro. You're going to get a kickback. You see?
I'm in, Aaron. You heard it. I'm in.
I don't know why I said that. When winterizing, do y'all keep your batteries on a tender?
I think that's a wise idea.
Yeah, I do too.
I think it's wise. I don't think you're hurting anything by keeping them on there.
Yeah.
I don't winterize no more, Mr. Green. I park in my garage. That's heated.
Praise the Lord. Praise
the good money Lord. A couple years ago and put a mini split in there.
Wash EMP. Hey, good to have you tonight, my brother. Thank you for joining us. Skid or trailer? Plan on building one or the other this off season? Well, I like now that I've got a skid, I love a skid. I was a trailer guy when I had a trailer. Then I was a flatbed guy with my flatbed. And when I'm driving the skid, I'm loving the skid. So I do enjoy the skid. Hydro's pressure or power washing says, am I able to move clients from Mark8? Yep. Simple click of the button, just a few buttons. You can transfer all of your database from Mark8 over to Lavo. Here's one for CAC. Just a few minutes ago, Jeremy was teaching us about CAC. That's customer acquisition cost. And Christopher Henson says, this year I spent $0 in marketing, and I'm on par with that gross last year when I spent $2,500. Well, I'm going to go on record. I'm going to reverse engineer this. And first of all, $2,500 is not a lot of money for marketing. It's not. So those of you who are maybe starting out and you think $2,500 for marketing, that's not a lot. Just do what you can. And Christopher says, hey, I didn't spend any this year. That means that your customer acquisition cost is a big goose egg. 0. That's beautiful. That's how you know. So last year you spent $2,500. You could divide the number of paying customers, divide 2,500 by the number of paying customers, and that will tell you your average customer acquisition cost.
Yep.
Tell you what it costs to get a customer.
Yep. I'll tell you what, man. Hang on to the leads. If you get the leads and you don't convert them into customers, that doesn't mean that you might not convert them into customers next year or the following year. Hang on to it, man. You paid for it. You got it. You got the information. Keep it. Because that's funny. I had sent out, I'll tell you this story. I had a lady reach out to me twice, asked me for a price on washing her house twice. Sent her the estimate. She declined it both times. And this is 2 different years per se. She declined it. She then called me because she had requested through Facebook. Then this year she called me. This is the 3rd year. Same lady had her information. Asked me for the price. I gave her the same price that I'd been giving her and saved the job.
That's awesome.
So for 2 years, this lady was not my customer, but I had her information, and then we saved the job. So don't give up on them. I mean, you got the lead, you paid for it once. Hang on to your money. Hang on to it.
Absolutely, I love that.
Yes,
Jeremy, I'm going to send you a link to your messenger. We'll see if you can share that for us. And if you can share it in the comment section, I'd appreciate that. I'm going to share with everyone the link for the Lavo CRM. It's a pressure washing CRM built by pressure washers for pressure washers. And I'm only kind of giving you little, not even highlights of what's going on with Lavo. We're just not ready to put out all that information yet. It's almost done. Been 9 months in the making, but you can go in with this. Once Jeremy gets Jeremy, once Jeremy May gets,
he's been up since 2 o'clock, guys. All right, we'll cut him some slack.
It is true. Once he gets that posted, if he's able to, you can click on that link. And I want to encourage you to go in and sign up. All you're doing is getting on the mailing list, and so you can be updated. You don't have to buy anything. You don't have to commit to anything. You're just putting in your email, and you'll get email updates on how things are going. And if at any given time you want to opt out, you just opt out. That's all there is to it.
All right, I got the link here. I'll share the link in the comment section. Here it is. Boom.
There you go.
I don't think anything's ever been truer by this guy right here.
He ain't wrong.
Hey, Joe, how many jobs have you done this year? I know you numbers. How many jobs have you done this year? And how many gutter cleanings have you did?
He's too humble to tell us. He's too humble.
He'll tell us.
The release, Lord willing, will be in February or March of 2026. We got a lot of questions coming in.
Yeah.
745 jobs this year and 5 cats. That's awesome. You've done, hey, Joe, you've done twice as many jobs as me, and you've got 5 more cats than me.
They definitely got 5 more cats than me too. And I don't know how many more jobs. More than I want to admit to. Mike, do you want me to pull this up on the screen share?
Real quickly, GSC Softwash says, I'm definitely going to set up a detailed spreadsheet that tracks each job's cost versus its revenue so we can dial in our pricing and make accurate adjustments moving forward. I love that, bro. That tells me you are excited about the future. You're excited about your business.
Well, speaking of which, I've got a pretty neat little spreadsheet, Google sheet that has like a job breakdown, and I don't care to share that if people are interested in that link. And
Absolutely.
it's a nice little link. I'll share that one just in a second. I want to pull this screen up for you here real quick, Mike.
Andrew
And
Morrison says, I did a window cleaning today, and the lady said, I got 6 more properties. Praise the Lord, brother. That's fantastic. What you are looking at on the screen is the sign up save my spot. So this is the sign up for the email, just for your email. So this isn't to sign up for Lavo. You're not committed to anything. This is nothing more than being in our database so that we can send you information concerning Lavo. And as updates are created, we can send that to you. And certainly we'll be sending you an email telling you what the launch date is. Feel free to ask questions. I'll do my best to answer your questions. If you have questions about Lavo, this isn't we weren't intended to go through this, but you can see it there on the screen. This is absolutely amazing. Everything you need in one place. And the best part about this app is it is an instant quote feature. So one of the main features is look at this, by the way. You see there? There's your closing rate right there in the middle. There's your closing rate. This thing is going to tell you everything you need to know about the numbers in your business on the main screen from your phone. It's absolutely wonderful. I'm so excited about it. This is going to be a needle mover for a lot of pressure washing guys. I'm confident in that. This is going to be a game changer. There's Aaron May at the bottom. Looky there. Look at those 2 cats.
That's you, Mike?
Yeah, that's me. The wind was blowing. The wind was blowing. Come on.
Look at that hair.
Looks like I got a toupee.
We'll find out in January if that's real or not. I'm gonna pay somebody if they'll run up and grab Mike's hair and yank it.
I gotta tell you, I love Aaron May. Aaron is a brother in Christ, and he loves the Lord. And we've been friends now for a number of years. And when the two of us got together to collaborate over Lavo, like it was just an instant success. We knew right from the beginning that this was going to work. And so you guys are the first to hear about it. I haven't even talked much about it on Exclusively Fresh. So yeah, more information coming up soon about Lavo. Lavo stands for I Wash. Yes,
the link is in the description on the comments. And if you want to go in there, click on that link, drop your email, join the wait list. Pretty cool.
Stockwash says, will it do quote follow-ups, review requests, and things of that nature? Yes, yes, yes. And then Skip Bates says, what? You got to be kidding me. Instant quotes? Let me tell you, here's the beautiful thing about it. You're going to go in on the back end of this. You get to play around with all the numbers, how much you want to charge per square foot for concrete, for roof, for your house washing. You're going to work all of that in. You're going to tell Lavo, I don't want to work more than 30 minutes from my house on Mondays and Thursdays. You set it up, everything you want it to do. And then when Nancy goes in, types in her address, watch this, guys. She types in her address and boom, she's going to get a quote for every single service that you offer without asking. She's getting it. And then guess what? She says, I like that price. So Nancy can now schedule her own house wash, but based on the time slots that you make available for her town. Brother, it's intense. It's intense. It's amazing. Did I tell you it's amazing? Well, it is. Yes, Skip Bates. Of course. Love it, love it, love it. You can see the you can copy and paste that link right there in the comment section, and you can go and you can sign up for the email connection. Evan Polly, don't ask stupid questions, buddy. Don't even. Yes, you can send text blasts, SMS, and email. Bleach Sprayer says, Mike, you dropped it in the comment on the Facebook forum. I knew you had something brewing. Yeah, I love Mark-8. Nothing wrong with Mark-8, but this, I'm just telling you, it blows everything out of the water. It's so amazing. Anyways, we're talking about numbers tonight. We've got 15 minutes left. We talked about KPIs. We talked about your closing rates. We talked about your bottom line versus your top line revenue. We've talked about customer acquisition costs. All of these are extremely important. And when you know your numbers, you've heard me say it before, guys, that business is not an occupation. It's not a job. It's not a hobby. It's not a side hustle. Business is a language. And the more and better you can speak the language of business, the more you're going to enjoy it. The more you're going to enjoy it. The more it'll make sense to you. Imagine going to a foreign country and you get there to realize that you don't speak the language. Your money doesn't transfer over. You don't know how to order from a menu. You can't ask for directions or tell the cab driver where you want to go. And you got there, but you're going to be miserable. The experience is going to be terrible. When you do not know the language of business, your experience is terrible. But when you know the language of business, i.e. your numbers, you have a much, much better experience. Know your numbers.
Oh, back.
Good to have Greg Johnston with us tonight. How are you, my brother? Glad you're here. Yeah, you'll have to come back and watch it on the rerun. What's up, Dean Mize? What's up, Dean Mize? Good to see you tonight. I'll get that information to you soon, Life Support One. Will it link to bank accounts for expenses? I'll get that information to you real soon. Yeah, you got to know your numbers. What are some other numbers that you guys are interested in knowing about? And what are some other numbers, Jeremy, that you think are important?
What are some numbers that I think are important? I think are we talking as an owner operator or as a crew?
I would say as an owner operator.
As an owner operator,
Mm-hmm.
I mean the CAC is really important. The average tick, I think the average ticket's pretty important. Before, sorry, my leg keeps itching. But before I really knew a lot about the different KPIs and numbers, I always focused on average ticket. And I think if you focus on the average ticket, if you can get your average ticket up, that just helps everything. Helps the cause for everything. Because obviously, if you can make more money in one location than driving around to multiple locations, where by default you're making more and saving more for fuel and expenses and stuff of that nature. So I'm a big believer in knowing what the average ticket is and how to and working on increasing that average ticket. Now we're not really talking about increase it, but that was one of the big first numbers for me. that I
Oh, yeah.
focused on. And before I really understood and knew, the different KPIs and stuff.
Patrick Johnson says maintenance. And that reminds me, I think probably for me, what I track the most, and I don't know that I need to much anymore, but I enjoy it, is retained earnings. So retained earnings is the money that's left over after all of your expenses and after you've been paid. The money that's left over that goes back into your business. So guys, I want you to know something. The reason I hit so hard on retained earnings is because, as I mentioned earlier, your business is your baby. If you don't feed your baby's going to die. And so many guys in the pressure washing business who do not understand the back office dynamics of their business, they think when Nancy pays them $100 that they've got $100. And even if they're wise enough to know that they don't have $100, but they had to pay for their fuel and they had to pay for their bleach, they still don't take in consideration taxes, insurance, maintenance, as Patrick said. And then what about when you need new equipment? What are you going to do? Man, you're washing, and your machine goes down. Patrick's went down recently. You got to have money in the bank, in a savings account or a checking account for your business and your retained earnings. For me, it's between 12 and 15% of all of my jobs goes into retained earnings. So because of that, I get to watch that grow. I get to watch that account grow. And then when the latest and greatest cheap shot comes out, then I'll just go in there and take from that, and it's already there. When my machine goes down, when my hose reel goes down, when I need new hoses, when I need new fittings, I don't have to ask the wife about it. It's already there, and I just go ahead and call Russ and order it. Retained earnings.
Do you think is there a minimum percent that a person should have for retained earnings, or what do you think? Should they have, let's say, 6 months of operational expenses or 3 months of operational expenses, or just continually blasting away 10, 12%? As you know, I do more than that.
Right. You do, yes.
We've had that discussion, but for other reasons. But yeah. What do you think about? Is there a minimum?
Yeah, not to get too personal, but this will help to answer your question. One reason that Jeremy is able to have so much retained earnings is because he has another job, a full-time job, and he's able to live on that. That helps with his with all of his personal living, his expenses. If you don't have that, like myself, then chances are your retained earnings are going to be lower because you have to live on your pressure washing income.
Yeah.
But I would say it's more in line with a goal. I want to have 6 months of top line revenue in the bank in case I get injured, I get sick. Certainly in the off season, I've got to pay myself. And then if my machine goes down, if I need tires for my truck, all those things happen. They need to come out of the business, not your personal account. Let the business pay for those things. And the only way the business can pay for those is if with every job, you are putting money into your retained earnings account or your savings account, i.e. for your business.
Yeah. I've got this sheet here. I am going to share it. So here it's a Google sheet. It's a job breakdown sheet. Is it perfect? I don't know. It works for me as a solo owner operator. Now you can tweak it as you wish. All you have to do is, if you want it, click the link. Once you click the link, it's going to pull it up. And I'm just going to share the screen real quick, Mike, on this one.
Sure. Please do.
And we can just kind of walk through it if someone wants to. here it is. It's just a job breakdown. Just call it. I just threw some numbers in while Mike was talking to see. Let's just call it like if your gross revenue, which would be your invoice for a job, if you had job related expenses, if you had to rent, equipment, lifts, chemicals, if you had to buy anything special for the job, and any kind of daily unrelated expenses, which would be like your daily cost of like your insurance, your market, your phone, all those. You need to know those things too. You got to know those numbers to factor in. Like that's going to give you the total view of everything. I call it net income, but that's what you're walking away from after you've paid your expenses. And then I have taxes, and this is easy to work with. You can change this if you want to download this. All you got to do is click on this right here, and you can go up into the section and change the percentage to whatever you're comfortable doing. It's easy. You can manipulate this to have you running your business and what you're paying yourself. So once, and maybe net profit and net income might be backwards. I don't know, but this is just how I view it in my head. It's going to tell you after you've paid your taxes, this is what you've got. And then I like this because it gives you, well, this is the profit you made on this one job. Do you have a profit margin that you're trying to stay in?
Yeah.
You're trying to stay above 50. Right. So let's go up here. Let me just show you this real quick. Okay. Let's say if this job was actually 6,100. Well, that puts us up. Well, okay, maybe we didn't hit 50, right? Maybe we'll go back up here and put in, let's just call it 75. We're almost at that 50. You're right at that 50. Yep. And maybe I need to tweak this a little bit because you can change these to where it shows different colors for different percentages. I thought I had it, but maybe I don't. But anyways, speaking of, you can see what I'm showing how this breaks it down. It gives you your total, shows you your margin. So if I want to put 25% into my retained earnings, that's what I need to go ahead and move over into that business savings account right there.
Right.
Every job, right off the bat, here's how much I'm setting aside for taxes. Here's how much I'm setting aside for retained earnings. And then this is, if you're owner operator, this is the rest of it. Now, you can factor that in over how you want to. You can even go in here and add a row. And just if you're a little bit of a spreadsheet nerd, you can figure that out if you need to add something else you want to put in there. Is it perfect? I'm not sure that it's perfect, but it works for me.
Yeah. Well, the idea is to get as close as you possibly can. The closer that you are to your exact numbers, the tighter, the more that you can speak the language, the better you speak the language. So let's just look at this. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Let's row one. Let's call it like, let's say we go out and we wash a 3,000 square feet house.
Okay.
Or 2,500 square. Let's say we wash a 2,500 2-story house.
Okay.
What's the average ticket on that? Let's just hypothetically say that average ticket is how much, Mike? $500
would be a nice, easy number to look at.
$500. Okay. Well, how much chemical are we going to use on that per se? 7 gallons, maybe.
Yeah. We'll
7 gallons. 7 gallons at, let's just use an average of what? $4.
$4 a gallon.
So we're going to save $28 on the job related expense. Now, if you're paying yourself, you can also factor in whatever your hourly rate is, or if you're paying a tech, you can factor that in. But let's just say for the sake of us owner operators solely, we're going to say $28.
Okay. Right?
What's our daily unrelated expenses like fuel, internet, phones, this and that. I don't know what that's going to break down into for our daily unrelated expenses, but let's just say that's like $20. That might even be a little high. It depends on your situation, right? So it's showing us, all right, well, we did it for 500 with 28, $48 in expenses. We come out with 452. Let's set this aside for taxes. Here's our profit. So we're in the green. We're at that 63% profit margin. That's a pretty good profit margin.
That's huge. You're probably off on your numbers because it's rare that you're going to have that kind of numbers. So
this is also factoring in taking out the taxes too.
I see that. Okay.
So the tax.
There are other things like if you owe on your truck, if you owe on your equipment, if you have, obviously you got to pay insurance. All of that would be in your.
I'm saying this daily unrelated expense.
That's right.
That could be something different, and that's going to be different for everyone. I don't know what everyone's numbers is. Like the last time I looked, I think mine was like $21, not counting fuel for the day, or something like that.
The best thing to do, Jeremy, what I have found is come up with a percentage. And you can do that by taking all of your unrelated expenses and multiply that by the number of jobs you did last year. And that will give you a percentage of your unrelated expenses. And then you can take that into the next year and you can use that as your average. So you can always go in and say, my unrelated expenses is 14%. I'm throwing a number there.
Right. You can definitely. Like I said, is it perfect? I mean, it's probably not perfect, but here's what it's going to do is it's going to allow you to set aside enough taxes so you don't get in trouble from the tax man.
Right.
And you can set enough money aside that you're able to set yourself up for replacing hoses, replacing injectors, replacing bypasses, all that stuff, motors, engines. Like I just had a big expense yesterday. I had to do a full tune-up on my F-250 because I had a cylinder misfire. It had some mileage on it. I had to do it. You know what the nice thing was? I've been setting this money aside in retained earnings. All I did is moved it back over into the business checking account, stroked a check, gave it to the guy.
Beautiful.
And it was nice. And it's a tax write-off. So
and you didn't feel it. You didn't feel it.
I didn't feel it. So, and that's what knowing your numbers and doing things and trying to set yourself. I wish someone would have told me this like 5 years ago.
Yeah, right.
So we won't bore you with that no more. But if you want it, the link's in there. You can download it. All you have to do when you download it is go in here, hit file, and make a copy. Make a copy, and that will be your copy. And once you do that, you can edit everything. That's all you have to do.
Nice.
Yep.
You've got your profit margin there at 63.28%. My profit margin in 2024 was 56%. There were a couple of jobs where I hit almost 60%. Let me tell you, that's when you just feel good when you go home after a day and you see over the day you've made 60% profits. And the way that you do that is by upselling when you're already on the job. Right? Because the profit's just everything from an upsell is considered profit, unless you're using a ton of bleach, of course. But nonetheless, you're already there. It feels good to have that money in the account. And by the way, when you've got the money in the account, you don't want to spend it. You like seeing it grow. You don't want to spend it, but it's there when you need it. And by the way, when the price of bleach goes up, you don't care. Customers paying for it.
Yeah. What's nice is when you're out, say you're out washing and God knows what happens to your pump and your pump goes out and you're not stressed because you're like, God, what am I going to do? How am I going to get a pump? No, you pick up the phone, you call Russ Johnson. You said, I need a new pump and a gearbox or pump and a belt. Can you send it to me? Yep. We'll get it to you tomorrow. Bam. No stress.
Let me ask you this. Did you ask for the price?
No, we ain't asking Russ for the price. He's going to give you the price. The price is the price. Yeah. Russ has my credit card on file. Yeah.
And he knows to send me stuff. I'll message Russ. I don't even call anymore. I just message him and say, hey, I need this. And next thing I know, I get a stinking daggone you, Russ, sending me this bill, not a bill, but a receipt for an invoice for a part or whatever order. It feels so good, man. It's just almost automated.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's nice when you don't like, I remember like, how much is this? And I would always ask, how much was this going to be? Then I'd be like, okay, I want to make sure like I've got it. Now it's like, hey, I need this. Thanks.
Yeah. Well, guys, let me encourage you. If you're not there yet, you will be, but you got to know your numbers. Once you start knowing your numbers, man, you'll start getting excited about your business. Those KPIs are so important. When you realize what your key performance indicators are, and you're like, wow, I'm really killing it with yard signs. I didn't know that I was closing so many jobs with yard signs. Well, now I'm going to invest more money in yard signs because that's a high peaking performance indicator. And I don't know, knowing your numbers is so important.
Yeah, absolutely. Well,
okay.
We've rounded the top of the hour.
Hey, real quick, just go on Southside Equipment in Kentucky. Southside Equipment in Kentucky. Mention my name, and you will get nothing. You won't get anything. They might hang up on you.
Actually, mention my name because I'm a Kentuckian. Don't say Mike's.
That's right.
Here it is. Here it is, real quick for my good old buddy, Russ Johnson. I'm going to share the phone number into the comment section. This is Southside Equipment, located in Brooks, Kentucky, which is pretty much Louisville. And I'm going to share the website as well. Pretty much easy peasy. I find it easy just to call an order.
Yeah, that's right.
Or that's the best way I do. It's just, I don't like ordering through the website. I don't know why. The website's easy and it works, but I just call. It just seems easier to me to do that. Or, as Mike says, I'll send a message. But you got to get there first on that one.
Yeah, you might not. You probably shouldn't go send messages just yet.
Yeah, probably don't send him a message just yet. But after you've been buying for 5 or 6 years, you spend a lot of money, then send a message.
He's a good dude. I don't buy hardly from anywhere else. I just go ahead and call up Russ. Hey, tonight we're praying for Tyler Snow. He asked that we continue to pray for him. We're praying for Ryan Hostetler. His dad has leukemia, still battling leukemia, 74 years old. And then Patrick Johnson, bro, I wrote your name down. I hope you don't mind. We're going to pray for you tonight. Many of you remember about not even 6 weeks ago, I guess, Patrick slipped and broke his ankle in about 1,500 places. And he's in need of prayer. Let me tell you, Tanya says, please pray for Patrick because he is milking it for all it is worth.
Shocker. Praying for Esther as well.
Esther. Okay.
Dean's baby.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, Dean. We certainly will. Pray for, absolutely, brother. All right. Can't wait to see Dean there at the retreat. Okay. Christopher Henson says, my friend Jeremy. Yeah, his mother isn't doing well with chemo. Okay, Jeremy's mother. We know that's not Jeremy Messer. All right. Well, let's pray. You want to?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Father, in the name of Jesus, we want to come to you tonight thanking you for being so good to us. And there are people all over the world right now who would love to be in America where they could start a business and they're not restricted in starting a business. They can literally create a revenue stream of their very own. And we're blessed to be Americans and have this. And so we count it a great privilege, and we're thankful, and we have a great spirit of gratitude because of that. Tonight, I pray for Tyler Snow. We continue to pray for Tyler. Thank you for him and always being so faithful to the podcast. Ryan Hostetler, praying for his dad who has leukemia and still battling leukemia. And then Patrick Johnson, thank you for my dear friend who's so faithful and is such a dear friend. I pray that you continue to bless him, his ankle, and bless Cam and Tanya as well. We pray for little baby Esther. Lord, you know little baby Esther. She's as sweet as can be, just like her mom and her dad and her brother and sister. And I pray, Lord, that you would bless her in many, many ways. She's a newborn, and she's absolutely beautiful. Lord, would you care for her? And then we pray for our friend Jeremy here in the comment section. Jeremy's mother, actually, praying for Jeremy's mom, who is still struggling with chemo. And Lord, would you bless her as well? And thank you once again for this opportunity that we have to be with our brothers and sisters in the pressure washing business. We love them and we care for them. We ask your blessings over them and their business. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
God bless you all.
Catch y'all later.
Peace.